Hi there, welcome back to Save with Crypto. My name is Save with Crypto, and today is Monday the 14th of July 2025. So happy Bastille Day to all my French friends. It's always a good day in France. It's a pretty good day everywhere today because we have Bitcoin at a new all-time high. Now, I've been filling in for Dave over on the Stochastic indicator channel, and I will be doing so until the 22nd of July. And I did a little stream on Saturday, and I was talking about this kind of ascending triangle here. This is one of the triangles that I do actually like, because it does have generally a pretty good probability of playing out, very well. And in fact, if you look at what happened today, you can see that it worked absolutely beautifully because, the price was going up there, banging against the top here. Then it finally broke through, went up a little bit, came back for a retest, and then bounced on what was now support rather than resistance on this line here. And then off we went to the moon. And here we are at a phenomenal $122,600. This did mean that we had, if we look at the weekly candles, we did have the highest weekly candle close ever. Well, pretty much bang on $119,000. Absolutely stunning. I was trading this in various places. I was using Blofin on the Stochastic stream. I've also got a few other little trades open as well. I've got this one on BitGet. This one's actually been open from what was it now? 113,000. So this one is now actually 344% in profit. That's quite impressive, isn't it? I'm rather pleased with that. Unfortunately, the position size this wasn't that big, so the margin I was using is whatever that is, 0.00288 Bitcoin. Meaning my unrealized profit at the moment is $1,220. That obviously could have been a lot more if I'd used more margin. So that was good on BitGet. If you want to trade on BitGet, use my link, savewithcrypto.org/BitGet, and that will get you up to a $30,000 trading bonus when you sign up. So that's pretty cool. It's not strictly available in the UK. I did my KYC a long time ago with this, and it is actually UK KYC, and I did ask them if I should change it to Palau, and they said you don't need to bother because you've done it. So if you had a BitGet account in the past and you're in the UK and you did KYC, you'll probably find that when you go to log on, it will say, are you in the UK? And I just say no. I suppose that's a bit of a lie, but I could change my residency to Palau if I wished. Anyway, so that's how I'm using BitGet. I've also got quite a small trade here on BitUnix. Now this one here, I'm actually only using a tiny amount of margin, just $165 there. But this one is 116% in profit, so that's $311. That's pretty nice. And then over on my other computer, I've got the Blofin account and a ByBit one as well, which are both very, very healthy at the moment. If you want to use BitUnix is a brilliant exchange. You can use it anywhere except China, North Korea and Iran. If you're in those countries, I can't really help you, unfortunately. But BitUnix, you get all sorts of deposit bonuses if you use my link, which is savewithcrypto.org/BitUnix. I've also got like a tiny amount of money on this Phemex exchange as well. Now the thing with Phemex is you always had to do KYC, but I believe now you don't, which is incredible because they seem to have gone the opposite way to most exchanges. A lot of exchanges started out with no KYC and then they added it, and Phemex seemed to have done the opposite. I haven't tried this out because I did my KYC a long time ago with Phemex. In fact, I think Phemex was the first leverage exchange I ever used, actually. I think I only used Binance before that, and then it was Phemex. I can get you a bonus with Phemex. If you use savewithcrypto.org/Phemex, you can get up to a $1,100 trading bonus when you sign up, so that's worth doing as well. Phemex does have the advantage of it has rather good sort of coin M trading, which means you can trade using, for example, like Bitcoin as your asset rather than USDT. So, for example, here this one's tiny. It's actually only using $17 worth of Bitcoin, but at the moment that is up like 55%. So when I close this, I will have hopefully like 55% more Bitcoin than I had before. So that's really nice. As well, you've got the USDT pairs. Now this one, the margin is even smaller. It's just like $10, $9.57 USD really. So with this though, I am like 93% in profit, which means if I was to close that now, my profit would be about $10. So I would double my money, but that would be paid in USDT rather than BTC. So there's an interesting comparison there between Coin M and USDT perpetual. The other exchange that does this without KYC is Blofin as well. If you want to check that out, I think there's a 20% deposit bonus at the moment. So just check it out at savewithcrypto.org/Blofin. Anyway, enough of this shilling for the moment. Let's just have a look at what the price is doing. I'm going to pop on my indicator. This one is called QuadZilla. You can get it by going to savewithcrypto.org/QR. And what that shows is these EMA average lines up here, and then of course the most important part is this momentum oscillator down here. Now on the 1 hour time frame, we are getting this kind of red background here, which means we are likely to see a pullback. That said, it hasn't been working out like this while the trend is so strong, and we know the trend is strong because these EMAs, these are a 5, 9, 21 and 55 EMA, and these are in this order on the 1 hour time frame and pretty much every other time frame, like the 4 hour, the 7 hour. And it's only when you come down to like the 3 minute time frame you see like a bit of variation there, but really anything more than say the 5 minute time frame, you've got what I like to see, which is this yellow EMA above the green one. So at the moment the trend is looking very bullish to me. So for the moment I'm not going to panic too much about that red background, but I will push my stop loss up to pretty much where it is now, just in case we do get a wick down at New York Open, for example, this afternoon. But generally I think the trend is up for the moment, and at the moment, because we're in blue sky territory with no history, there's not a lot of TA you can do. But I think what will happen is the price will tend to go to the round numbers, like we just wicked up into 123, so we might have 124, 125 later on today. We will get a dump at some point, and in fact we have just got this red arrow there. That's a super down arrow. That's quite a strong signal that the price might come down, so maybe I should go away and close a few trades and come back later. So later on today I will be on the Stochastic indicator channel. That's this one here. It's going to be about 1 o'clock UK time today, so that's midday UTC, and it'd be great to see you over there. Alright, so trade safe. If you're not in a trade already, I would probably wait for a bit. You don't really want to FOMO into, like, say example, a long at this level now, because we're pretty much at all-time high. At the same time, do you want a short? Maybe a not so risky short, maybe kind of like laddering into a short. Keep your leverage low so that you have plenty of upside, maybe up to 140, 150k, just in case we do wick up there. Anyway, I look forward to seeing you at 1 o'clock on the Stochastic indicator channel. Any questions, leave them in the comments down below. While you're down there, make sure you are subscribed and you got the notifications set on all. Do give the video a big fat like. I would really appreciate that. It really helps. And above all, tell your friends.
Save with Crypto has to be one of the best YouTube channels that the United States has ever seen. Kamala Harris is not a subscriber, but I am. I have notifications set to all as well. I'd strongly suggest you subscribe to Save with Crypto today. Above all, you should tell your friends.
Save with Crypto is not a financial advisor. He just makes ice cream on the internet.
And what is the problem with ice cream?
I have no idea.
It drips.
Okay.
So my idea is what?
Need to make a drip-proof ice cream.
No. Oh, that's a fucking brilliant idea.
If you cannot find someone to do your own research, you must do it yourself, just like I did not.